So, Sue's kit has finally been revealed in the Morimens Discord. Let us check it and break down each part of her kit. Her Soulforger talent already points us to the direction they wanted her to be, making her the third poison applier on the Karo realm. Though we really shouldn't count thighs as one of them. First off, her talent, basically cards that trigger a percentage of the enemy poison gets increased up to 25%, and yes, this stacks above 100%. Just like Pollux, she gives enemies an effect that increases a debuff on them called Spellbound, this time however being poison. The damage reduction in addition to her high con, as of this moment gives her a very good stall capability, which is perfect if you are to run poison. Exaltation gives 3 arithmetica, can choose between inflicting Spellbound or triggering it, and Devour is simply some strength reduction, which is useful in some fights but really kinda empty. Triggering Spellbound triggers 40% poison, up to 65% if in Arc 2 because of talent and 1% max HP, though since she only inflicts 2 Spellbound per Exalt, this is nothing crazy, just some bonus chip damage really, helps with a poison burst on very tanky enemies like Blesser. Her arithmetica really feels like the best part of her kit, and already makes me think of her like Karen, who also gives 3 arith in her Exalt. Her Rouse is 3 cost, and it makes her cards free on resonance, whether by discounting the cost, or making it 0, is not thoroughly explained, we will just have to see later once she releases. Once per turn, we'll immediately look at the skills to see what resonance means. 3 cost deals damage to all enemies, and is guaranteed to crit, think of Pickman's Chromo Page, and triggers poison. This card also has Retain. On Resonance 3, she gains 50% Embryo Fusion. It seems that Resonance is an extra effect that happens after playing other units' cards. In this case, playing 3 other cards will make this card give the Embryo Fusion, otherwise it won't. Immediately this card feels too expensive, it doesn't even apply its own poison stack. This card triggers 105% poison on Arc 2 or Astral Rain fights sure, but for a 3 cost, if her Rouse is about making this card free, then it is decent. 2 cost reduces STR, and inflicts some poison. On Resonance 3, she inflicts 1 Spellbound. This card will be her most used card early on, it actually inflicts the Spellbound so her Exalt is not as reliant on itself for Spellbound and can use the trigger effect. The value feels little with its cost, but once again, Rouse helps, so at most I can guarantee that she wants to Rouse, which is a luxury on Arc 2. For her copies. At 1 copies, the 3 cost gains an extra 15% Embryo Fusion, and gains even more scaling off damage amp. You really don't need this copy, it's just on 1 card, and needs Resonance to even benefit from this. At 2 copies, her strikes and defense also gets a Resonance effect. Resonance 3, gain 15 more Alimus. This one is decent, as I said before Arith on her Exalt is very good, and getting more ways to exalt her, and to get that Arithmetica, is very good, not to mention with Rouse, she can potentially just have 30 Alimus for free every turn, making her Arithmetica positive. At 3 copies, the maximum stack of Spellbound increases to 10, it being 5 before, and Exalt, makes her next Resonance double its effect. This copy feels fine, but not necessary, or a must-have. This however cements her for me as an Arithmetica support. She Resonance for free, gets a large burst of Alimus, exalts, and repeats it, over and over again. Over-exaltation has been its shortest as of yet. She generates an embryo, can choose between inflicting 5 Spellbound, or if you trigger Spellbound, you get some Crimson Furnace. You don't need this. This is very random and not as rewarding as other overexaltations had been, which is very good in retrospect, makes her a very cheap choice. Her wheel has damage amplification as main stats, it increases the poison trigger of the wearer as well as their poison infliction. If you are in a Karo realm, you get an extra Embryo Fusion every turn. When you resonate for the first time each turn, gives everyone some Al Moose. If you love Agrippa, you would give her this wheel. It is a decent wheel. On Shu, this makes her a niche battery, but is a decent bonus if you would still bring her. Overall I would say that Shu is like Pikmin, a support you can get at E0 but best at E2. Her main selling points for me is the Arithmetica. Depending on how her Rouse works, I will get her at E0 or E2, and will get her wheel to E3 since I really love Sorrel and could use the extra Embryo Fusion. Her high con meaning the limit for poison stacks is higher, which poison team needs. A glaring issue I see is that she has no weakness in her kit, meaning she is reliant to hogging the Spellbound stacks, and that she does too little poison for herself. Using her on poison keeps her on Karo Chaos with G-Doll, which I dare say is not in dire need for the Arithmetica she brings, but her triggers and con increasing the poison cap is still appreciated. If you have OG Doll, getting Shu is good. If you are just starting I would Wait to see for Caribou, and only get her on the rerun if you wanted a poison team. Her supportive capabilities only really excels on a highly invested poison team. Hope this analysis helps. Stay truffling.